everyone, it's Shel C, and I am sharing with you a junk journal page in my junk journal that I did this morning on the Art Joy of Sharing live stream. Before I go any further, I would like to tell you guys to please check that you are still subscribed to my channel and that you have your notifications on. And also for the Art Joy of Sharing live stream channel if you watch that one, because YouTube has went through and unsubscribed what they consider inactive people again. And I don't know, they've done something else. And for both Peg and I, our channels are tanking. So I don't know what they did to the algorithm, but just make sure that you check it out so that you know that you're getting notified when we have a new video, because something is going on. Something nefarious is going on. So, like I said, this is a junk journal page. I didn't know what I was going to do this morning. I have been pretty grumpy and uninterested in anything except for reading in the air conditioning because it's been super hot and humid here. In Arizona, we're having our monsoon season, which we have these crazy rainstorms. One's going on right now, so I hope my power doesn't go out while I'm trying to to finish editing this video. But so in junk journaling, junk journals are made out of junk. And sometimes when you don't know what you're going to do or what you want to do, you can just open the pages and take your cues from what is already on the page. So in this case, half of the page is a greeting card from some company. I think it was a Christmas card that I got sometime. And it was, this journal is made out of stuff that was just laying on my desk. And so all I did was fold all the stuff on my desk, make it into signatures, sew it into a cover that was made with a cracker box or something, and that's what this is. So then that side, the right hand side, was black, and so the other side, which is just a couple pieces of text weight paper that have been printed on, that I don't need anymore, and they're glued together and then folded and put in the book. That side was white, so I took some black gesso and I made that side black too. This is probably the last project you'll see for this month's theme from Art Joy of Sharing, which was hashtag AJOS Neon Pop. So I will stop saying that stupid word pop, which I hate because it only goes along with neon, really. And we're going to move on to a new theme in August. So this one, still using some neon paint. So I did, because there was dots on the card on the right hand side, I used a stencil to put some dots on the left hand side. And dots kind of reminded me in my head of this little saga that I've been watching on. I belong to a group, and I think the name of the group, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's something like Weird Things You See in Tucson or Weird Things You See in Arizona or something like that. And this person in the group has been posting this series of photos. I think the person lives with the back of their house up against a golf course because the pictures seem to have a lot of green grass in them. But what they are is this ongoing saga of these two coyotes and a bobcat in the backyard there. And pictures of their interactions and how one coyote is more dominant than the other one, and the other one will creep up to him and then lay over on his stomach, being, the not dominant one. And then how the bobcat is watching them and how the bobcat's posturing and how the coyote will approach the bobcat. It's like he posts maybe, I don't know, he's probably posted 4 or 5 times, and he posts like maybe 3 or 4 pictures of these behaviors. And so I think it's interesting, and I like looking at it and seeing what the guy's opinions are of what's going on. I don't know if he's probably just some guy, right? So I don't know if he knows, but you can see the interactions between the animals, and I don't know why these animals are hanging around there. Maybe just the grass is cooler and there's some bushes and stuff. I don't know, but he seems to have this whole series of photos that I assume were taken in multiple days. So it's interesting. Now, here I have glued on some paper that is my deli underpaper. You see how I have that underpaper 12 by 12 piece underneath. I try to keep my silicone thing fairly clean, so I usually put a piece of paper under my project that I can wipe off my brushes or scribble off my pens when I'm using pens. This undersheet, I had been using some fluorescent or neon acrylic paint, and I had some on a palette, and I just scraped off the palette onto a piece of paper. So this is like just assorted fluorescent neon Liquitex heavy body paint scraped onto deli paper. And that's what I ended up making the body and head. And I think the tail is from a different piece from when I was gel printing. So this white piece also is like a cleanup page from when I was gel printing as well. At the beginning of the month, we did have a gel printing session where we used our neon acrylics and gouache and things that we had, whatever neon stuff we had, to make some papers to use throughout the month for the theme. So I made a body, I made a head, I made a tail. Now, bobcats, if you even just think about what the name of it is, bobcat, it has a bob tail. So I put the wrong tail on it. Sorry. I didn't think about that. I was just thinking it was a cat, but I do know that bobcats have a short bobbed tail. It was just an oversight, not a lack of knowledge. I tried to put a piece of white rice paper on there for the muzzle to lighten it up right there, because rice paper is a translucent paper, and I got it too wet and it ripped. Anyway, this is not planned. This is 100% spontaneous play. I really had I did not know what I was going to do when I started the live stream this morning. I just grabbed my junk journal and I just had a play session while we were talking. During the live, people come into the chat and we chat with the people, and Peg's there, and so this is playtime. It is not precise. It's not anything other than just playing with the fun colors against the black and making an animal with some collage and mixed media. So once I had the body and the head of everything glued down with a glue stick, and I used a scraper to kind of scrape it down because deli paper gets a little bit wrinkly and bubbly, and so I needed to scrape it down. Then once it was all glued down real firm, I'd started to fill in some of the details. These cats have spots, and now that it has the wrong tail, it's really more like a leopard than a bobcat. Sorry. Of course, no cat is actually neon color, so you can just get from the crazy colors that this is not a real interpretation of anything. It is only an interpretation of my imagination and what I might think something might look like. That's really what art is. There are people who make realistic art trying to make it look like a photograph. That does not interest me and never has. If you've been watching my channel and there's probably, I don't know, 5,000 or 6,000 videos on this channel that you can watch. You know that I like whimsical stuff, not into this whole realism, trying to paint something realistic. It's not interesting to me. So, it's always some kind of weird whimsical thing. So that pen was a Pentel Pocket Brush, which is a India ink flexible brush pen that I really enjoy mark making with. And I made some spots. This is one of the fatter nibs, and it is a white Posca pen. That's white acrylic ink inside a pen. Just adding more highlight. Just messing around. We're talking, we're chatting, we're telling stories. That's how a live stream goes. There's not a lot of planning or teaching. There's more just chatting and interacting. And so then I got out my fluorescent acrylic markers. Again, acrylic ink in a pen. These have a pretty fat nib. I've got orange, pink, green, and yellow. So I'm using those to kind of highlight some of the spots, make it more interesting, add some more pattern and shape. It's just basically doodling or mark making is what I was doing. Just having some fun with it. I've been in a really foul mood and I have not made any art for over a week because I've just been grumpy. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's the situation with YouTube. And you get to a point where it's like, if nobody's going to watch the videos, why am I making them? you know and the viewership has really dropped, and I think it has to do with YouTube and people not seeing the videos, people getting dropped from the subscriptions. But it could just be that everyone's busy. I don't know. Anyway, both Peg and I are in that same situation. Our channels are not doing well, and we're just like, oh, this is so much work. Why am I doing it if it's you know not not going to make a difference in anyone's life? So that's where we're at. So I've been grumpy all week. And also I've, been recovering from returning from a vacation, which always is hard to get back into your regular routine when you come back from just doing absolutely nothing and laying around and playing and, reading your book. And then you come back and you need to get back into the routine of the things that you do on a regular basis. I haven't got back into my routines yet. So just messing around with different pins, Pentel pocket brush, Posca pins, um, the you only need one, Marabou fluorescent markers, a little bit of collage paper, just messing around. I made it have green eyes, like fluorescent green eyes. I highlighted different colors around different spots and made it more fun. There's some little whiskers because cats have whiskers. Someone said when I first made it that it looked like a teddy bear. The face was kind of teddy bear like, and perhaps it should have been more squat and less elongated, but whatever. It's whimsical. It's just, playing in my junk journal. There is no obligation to make something fantastic when you're doing a junk journal. This is for play and practice. So I got out my snarky stickers, and because I feel snarky, I wanted to use them. These are the ones from Tim Holtz, I believe. And it says, sometimes in the morning, I think about all the people I'm going to piss off today, and I smile. And I just thought that was hilarious. I thought that might be what my bobcat was saying to these coyotes, however you say it. Just thinking about how he can irritate them, um, posturing and yawning and roaring and showing all its teeth, and maybe walking, stalking towards them and then walking back and just giving them a hard time. So I thought that would be an appropriate saying. So then, of course, I just added a little bit more neon to the dots that were in the background, which inspired the whole page in the first place. And then I was done. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And of course, go make sure that you are still subscribed, or subscribed if you haven't already. And of course, turn on your notification bells so that you know there's a video, so you know you can come and watch it. And you can also join my channel membership for exclusive content. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.